the game now. This is finals game 1 of the DominateDominion.com League of Legends Dominion Tournament number 22. I'd breathe casting this week. I'm Gander, and with me is...
Oh, I get to talk?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, man.
Just like 4 minutes later. Yeah.
You can do the whole intro, man.
Nah, Forgo Jester coming in for Chobra today. I'm just really new there, dude. But yeah, game number 1 is at the finals. Best of 3 coming at you, 500 points apiece. But it is no surprise. Left-hand side, Evelynn child support. And on our right is going... Sorry, left-hand side, blind pick Banditos. Right-hand side, Evelynn child support. Brand rocking out. Piss and fire. I don't know what he's doing, but... yeah. Something I want to ask you about is Talith is running cleanse.
Talith, with that cleanse on that Ezreal, Talith PA's been playing a lot of Ezreal recently. He's got that cleanse, and Ezreal, if Ezreal gets caught, he just dies. Now, this is something that I learned playing Katarina mid in Summoner's Rift, is the fact that you have a blink champion. You don't need flash or maneuverability like Ghost or anything like that. What you need is cleanse, because you cannot use your jump while you're stunned or you're silenced or whatever else. So what happens is oh, let's say a gank goes down and I'm Ezreal, someone's up top, they cut in around behind me and I get stunned. You know, a blink won't save me, a flash won't save me. You know, none of that stuff is going to save me. No amount of movement will save me, except cleanse will, because you just drop that debuff off you and you immediately get out. And a great snare by Cat and Blueberry to open up the fight.
Yeah, as the Mike dropping really low. One more auto attack. The Ignite just finishes off, and he's going to survive with like 3 hit points. Something pretty stupid. Oh, what a headbutt. Parker's nearly sewing off the Mike with a lot of pain right there. But we are able to get the first blood for, I wanted to say Competarius, but no, it's going to be Aish on that Ari. She's able to pick up that with her Balls of Doom, and now Painkiller not looking so good either. Parker's is burning. He's burning! But he's going to be okay for now as well. And yeah, big DPS coming out. We see those revives now coming back. Swain going to be making a big return up here. Double kill coming out over our Ari. She's doing big work here. Actually, I think that kills to her name. It is indeed 0 and 3. Half-Heart is going to be dropping as well to Talent. And this top fight, you know, this is the very critical top fight. Revives now coming out. The Mike going to be coming back up here. Talent getting caught out. And he already used that cleanse, so he's going to be very susceptible to those taunts and those stuns. The big balls coming out again from Aish, and lots of damage coming out on top of Evelynn child support. Talith finally drops. We do got Alistar coming back to top with that Ezreal, and again, it's looking like another prolonged team fight up top. Although, game over, sir. Game over. Could be their point now.
Insert coin to continue right there. Sona getting taken down. You see that CC that I was talking about. And you also really saw in that engagement, when Sona got back into that fight, just how powerful the supports are in this game mode. Because you have so many low hit point engagements like that. And her being able to keep Alistar up for that extra time. I mean, he would have been dead several seconds earlier, but she was able to just keep him up there. And Alistar with his own heal as well is like, well, you throw those two together, it synchronizes pretty well, buys you that extra time, and time is what this game mode is all about. It's not damage or anything like that. You can't just slowly chip away at towers, you know, however, over the course of a game. The clock just keeps ticking, and the clock is probably your biggest enemy in this game mode. You see a Parkhurst in that forward part of that bush. Brand checking it with the Pillar of Flame. He's like, hey, wait a minute, something shady going on here. I'm going to start a forest fire next to this fruit stand, trying to find the enemy champions, scaring them out of that bush. A little bit of poke going back and forth, poking with that Pillar again. Half-Heart's taking some damage, but he really doesn't care too much. He's got a lot of hit points and a couple skill shots going down there, but no big trades so far. There was that it was kind of a sweep up there at the windmill, but both teams playing pretty cautiously. They want to be absolutely certain about their engagements.
Well, absolutely certain is what they're going to have to be. Aish, however, going to get caught out here by Rammus. Big DPS coming down on top of her. She does use her Spirit Rush to get out of that, throwing out those Orbs of Deception, looking for those kills. Parkhurst, however, taking a lot of her wrath from these teams, but with the double heal and of course Parkhurst being Alistar, naturally a battle cow. He's sides of steel sometimes. He just really doesn't have a lot of hit points to drop. I mean, he just stays healthy all the time. Great headbutt going down on top of Bube. That was probably the key to start things off. Inbeat not looking so good. He is defending at half health. Bottom lane, however, Evelynn, she's doing some good work against Competarius. You know, both of them got pretty low, but it does seem to be the momentum on the blind pick bandit side at this point. Here comes Blueberry with that ultimate of it, again getting controlled excellently by Parker's. Hit points going down, the ultimate is run out because there's no more mana for him, and he is going to be dropping. Painkiller not looking so good. Infeed, however, wants to make something happen here with the Fox, and unfortunately for her, it just not happening. Infeed with that Ignite on top of him, just a hair of hit points, and you know, it's just looking good. You know, I almost want to call this a poke comp coming out of Blind Bandit.
Yeah, they've been very strong about it so far. Brand getting chipped down right there. Painkiller trying to do what he can to delay, and he's gonna... Nope, Painkiller doesn't want any of that. He's just bye, getting out. Wants to go to a safe place where he can recall before he gets captured by someone and taken down. And now, Blind Pick Bandito is able to secure the windmill for the first time this game. And going to start, you know, only a little bit of a deficit on the Nexus health right now. Things are kind of okay for them. Infeed picking up that Storm Shield in the middle of the map there. Darius with the Storm Shield is a pretty rough opponent, though. For every strong champ like Darius you have something to balance it out. With Eulalia bottom lane as Yorick has been doing a pretty good job. There hasn't been really any action going on down that bottom lane so far, and that's what you want. You want bottom lane just to be kind of consistent and support the entire top half map, because when something breaks bottom lane, things come down from the top, literally. And we have a dive coming down up here right now. Painkiller going in, but Tal's PA was not where he appears to be, and Painkiller now in a Blind Pick Bandito sandwich. Brand using that Pillar of Flame to zone out Zemike there, and Painkiller does go down. Their primary source of tanking being defeated right there, and Paizo and shot support falling back a little bit.
Yeah, I did take a quick look at the runes while we were loading up, and, you know, I looked at the Painkillers like maybe it's going to be a back capping kind of strategy, but no, he's going pure tank, and that is exactly what you want a Rammus to do. The back capping really doesn't work. You know, you stack the Zeals, you become fairly useless, allow you taking a lot of damage, you know, normal stuff like that. It does not look like he's going to get out of that one. Commentary is skin of her teeth, able to pick up a kill, but, you know, going back to what he said, if you can have a rock solid bottom lane, that is just something that you don't have to worry about. It is off your mind. Unfortunately, it does look like Yorick is going to use the revive. Wow, she waited a long time for that revive, but out it comes. Is going to be able to chase up Infeed, keep the point, but, you know, that's the biggest thing I noticed in solo queues. You know, if you don't have that solid bot lane, your strategy's getting messed up.
Yep. And another shutdown up there at the top end of the map. Ari now getting taken out. Painkiller up at the top. Oh, he's going for Sona. He wants some of that controller that she's got. And he's not going to get a Painkiller. You don't even have thumbs. Rammus can't play that. What are you doing?
Turtles have thumbs.
Wait, Rammus has thumbs?
Yeah. Every, like, thing, he's like, okay, with a thumb up.
No way. I guess they're paying more attention to this stuff. But after that engagement, Pex opted to fall back from that. They were missing their Ari. They didn't want to engage 3v5, or 3v4, excuse me, especially with Blind Pick Banditos having that defender's advantage there. So instead we have Darius going down towards the bottom lane here, going in for Eulalia right there, grabs her with the apprehend, and Confidarius is going to be able to make her stick too, because he does have that draw in AoE. Infeed backing out a little bit, helping get that, taking that kill on Eulalia actually. But Aish coming down with those spirit rushes, trying to get Infeed, and is Aish going to be able to seal the deal? He's going the right direction to be able to land it, but oh, almost misses with the Orbit Deception there. Zemike going down for the cap on the tower, which means someone's going to have to go there to deal with it. Confidarius is going to use that revive to get down there. Infeed misses with the apprehend. Aish is able to get distance, and things seem like they're going to be okay. But while all of that was going on up at the top end of the map, and Parker's got to defend by himself.
Well, there was an Ezreal, and the keyword is was an Ezreal, but yeah, 2 versus 3, they're just not going to have the damage that really goes through those CCs. I mean, Couch and Boo very half-hearted, and Painkiller really bring in a lot of CC to the table, and, you know, you can't really do too much up against a powerhouse combo like that. So yeah, Windmill does go more towards Team Red, but the score fairly even at this point. Does look like Paizo and Child Support are going to hold the 3 cap for now. Allow you coming back here to defend, but Infeed really sticking on her with competition. Oh, the point neutral then, and that is not going to be something that Allow you want. That was one of the key defensive mechanisms of the last gank, and you can see the Dunk Master really getting to work a little bit. Once you hit that range, it's just true damage, guillotine to the face, and that is how Infeed likes to roll.
Likes to roll on out to that speed shrine right there, circle back, get stunned, circle back again, and Infeed might just bail out. Yeah, he's going to go for the ballsiest recall I have ever seen, and gets it off too. Manages to get out of there. That was crazy recall. right there. And Talith PA has discovered Half-Hearted in the grass. Get your Pokeball ready, man. You caught him. Parkhurst gets the airborne off, locking him down a little bit. Using that vision, Ezreal's able to shoot over the wall to get some more damage in on him. Captain Blueberry comes down from around the top, but Painkiller's circling with that Powerball. Manages to connect on a Parkhurst.
Boom. Down goes Ari. No fun there. Talith, again, using that cleanse, trying to get out of these situations. Painkiller is chasing her down, but of course that does split them for the battle count. He does drop. Darius picking up another kill. 4-1 now for him. 4-2 for that. Wow, 5-1. 4-2 for Swain. Another dunk on top of that. Sona, but Sona was able to take Brand to the grave with her. And you can see, again, the build with Sona. It does look a little bit more DPS-centric, but at the same time, Chalice of Harmony, great for a lot of that sustain. Allow you're probably toast. But as on top of that, the Sheen, but with the Aegis of Legion, you know, that's a bit more of a defensive item and not exactly that more offensive strategy you were talking about earlier.
And Lalia from the Great Beyond there, using that ultimate to get the revenge kill on Darius. Confidarius is going to be able to push this lane, and Lalia with her revive being used earlier does not have available to her right now. So we have Sona and Ezreal coming down from the top to deal with this. Mike and Talith PA, we'll see if they have this under control or not. Confidarius dives right in, Talith PA dives right out. For every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, especially when it comes to blinks. One blink in, one blink out, and they're able to deflect that. But up at the top, once again, it's a Parkhurst kind of in the mix of things with just one guy backing up, and he really hasn't been able to withstand that.
No. Again, it's a lot of damage. There's a lot of CCs, there's mobilities, you got your taunts, you got the stun, and then from there, if you don't have any kind of backup, they're just going to chip away at you, and that's exactly what's happened. Parker's now 0-4-8. He's tanked up fairly nicely, though, but at the same time, that's really his role here. He's taking up and soaking a lot of this damage, but now he just kind of needs to get a team more behind some of those tanking, otherwise it's all not.
And Infeed chasing Eulalia here has gotten Ignite down, and Eulalia is retreating or advancing in the opposite direction, as the case may be, as Confitarius is also back, following that minion right there. Minion's got those little big fists, likes to do a lot of extra damage. Never underestimate the minions in this game mode. They're getting pushed up to the tower now, so they're going to do some work in helping to neutral that. But Alistar, Parker's from behind, kicking Infeed straight on out of there from that engagement. And Infeed not able to connect well with the Noxian Guillotine, unfortunately. Now Confidarius being chased out of the fight. Eulalia still up from that ultimate, and Parkhurst is going to hit that speed shrine. He's going to go somewhere. Let's see where he opts to go. He's just going to tap for the extra movement speed. He's going to head up towards, circling around, going to go down to interrupt Diana at the bottom.
Now, Parkhurst is going to be able to hold this point with that tower. Should be able to grab a kill, or at least chase him down, but Confitarius being a little bit more of a thorn in the side than anticipated. So Mike does drop from this top after those impressive kills from Blind Pig Bandit. Infeed comes up here with Painkiller. Now Blueberry, the dream team of AoE and yeah, it's going to be lights out with the Blind Pigs, and we will maintain this top lane for the Evelynn child support. Does look like, however, Confitarius did drop to battle count, so yeah, good game well played.
Evelynn Child Support has been doing a very good job of holding top, but all of these exchanges have been pretty ugly. Each time that they do get a successful defense, their champions get so low on health afterwards that they have to retreat very often after each one. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that up for the whole game or not. I mean, that will work just fine, but all it's going to take is, you know, one misstep in the opposite direction for either team to get just slightly ahead or just slightly below in a fight for things to go really badly.
And we're actually on the back foot now for the Blind Bandits. You know, 208 to 352 as a point score, and you can see Parker's kind of really having issues just jumping into the team. I mean, he has to be this initiator. He has to bring that control to the fight, the headbutt, the ground slams, but it's just not working for him. He is tanking it up like a storm. At the same time, the Pokemon kind of just failing a little bit here. Painkiller might go down, just barely not, but Infeed with the guillotine, bam, again, takes you at the neck. Bottom lanes kill each other in those bottom lanes, but they are the quest. So we might see a little bit more of a transition to the bottom lane for a bit to get those very important objectives.
And Half-Hearted been hanging on to his ult so far for this entire engagement. Hasn't really found a good way to deploy it yet. And Infeed with the Noxian Guillotine there. Oh, he wants another one. Zamike is right there. Is he going to get that? We're going to find out. And he's going to hop into a normal mode kill on that one. Aish getting really, really low, but wants to try and finish some people off. The Orb of Deception can. Oh, Infeed and Painkiller, both the same school of survival method. Talos PA getting that shot on Booberry right there, and going for that aggressive Arcane Shift, and wants to seal the deal, but he doesn't have that Arcane Shift to be able to escape from Brand now, and Rammus, unfortunately. But he pops that Cleanse, gets to walk, and clears that taunt status immediately. Very, very good thing to have. I love Cleanse on champions that have a blink, like LeBlanc, Cat, Ezreal, any of those kind of champions it synchronizes very, very well with. And Alalia was able to get the bottom point neutralized, but was not able to finish off Confidarius. Sona is going down, though.
As I said, we're probably going to see a little bit more emphasis on these bottom lanes. Those quest objectives are very important when it comes to a lot of these team fights, especially the more you go on into the game. Confidarius is trying to do his best to take out Zemike, but there's that CC that we wanted, and Parker's able to take her down. But Captain Booberry and Infeed are here to safeguard this point. Booberry even going to go a little bit toe-to-toe, which is deciding of it. I don't know. That was probably a bad idea to get out of that ultimate, because now it has a little bit of cooldown to it. There we go. Now it's going to be back up. We are trying to keep this, and this is the entire team, minus the Ari in this bottom lane. It does look like we are going to be solidifying that point for the Blind Pig Bandits. They will pay for it with the...
They're just going to go for a quick cap and then recall back to try and get to the other point in time. See Zemike popping that recall immediately right there. Alalia just taking it out to try and defend the point. Throws that down, is able to get the interrupt, I think. Yeah, they stopped capping for a minute, so he must have gotten that connection with that there.
There's Ezreal.
And Ezreal coming up from the side, Zemike coming from the front. We're going to go ahead and powerball on out of there. Alalia gets the kill off on Infeed under that point, but Alalia is taken down in the process. Confidarius is able to get that point back, but Blind Pick Banditos did secure the quest beforehand, so they do still have that buff rolling for a little while.
Well, at least on 4 of them. Turns out my camera speed actually can't chase an Ezreal ultimate, so I'm not going to try that again. But yeah, I mean, we did lose Alalia there. She had to use her ultimate. She was able to get the revenge kill, keeping Darius out of this top lane for just a little bit longer. And this is probably the only opportunity we're going to get for Blind Pick to take this top. We don't have a Darius. We got the Confidarius in the bottom on Diana, and we do have that buff for this top lane. So if they can't make this happen, I'm not too sure there's going to be a better opportunity. And you can see him trying. Captain Booberry taking lots of damage. The solo goes down on top of everything, but no. Infeed now back up into this top. You see him go up and down and all around, all those axes everywhere, and now it is not looking good whatsoever. The Blind Picks, they have to retreat out.
Zemike is gonna, what? Escape, it's totally fine. Aish saved him. Zemike, Aish saved you, don't die. Your friend's death would be in vain if you did that. Infeed and Half-Hard still alive after that engagement there. Half-Hard doing a lot of damage. Infeed coming in to help clean up that fight. And you were absolutely right. If they had maybe pushed that, I don't know, a few seconds earlier, maybe 5 seconds earlier, they would have gotten, they might have been able to finish that up before Infeed got there.
Well, I'm looking at a little bit of the picks. I'm looking a little bit at the items, and I'm noticing Frozen Heart, Ranked Winds, and even on Half-Heart we got that Rylai's. It is Tank City for Pays Evelynn Child Support, and that is why we're having such a tough time grabbing these into these fights. I mean, we've seen Parker's trying again and again as I'm watching Confidarius, get bench kills again and again. We can't get an angle into these, and they can't.
Yeah, everyone is extremely durable, and everyone also has tenacity. 8 people with Mercury Treads in this game. They want to make sure they limit that CC because of how much CC there is, but Talos PA struggling to get out, not able to blink away from that Noxian Guillotine entirely. Aish getting taken down, and things looking really unfortunate right now. Zemike is going to live for a little bit while longer. That's not a correct sentence, but you know what I mean. And Ezreal, Talos PA, shutting Infeed down over there by the refinery. Good shot by Ezreal with that True Shot Barrage. And though they did get those kills, they didn't get anything out of it. But they did sustain what they have right now, which is good. Rammus heading up to the top right now to deal with Talos PA, I'd assume.
Well, you know, that fight was essentially a 5 for 2. I mean, we had Confidarius and Alalia kill each other, so that 1-1, and then just the rest of Blind Pick just dropping, and then Infeed with that True Shot. It is not looking good whatsoever. I'm looking at the kill counter, and this is why you ban Darius, folks. 17, 5, and 4. His damage output at this point is just off the chart. And again, you know, looking at positioning here, we cannot get into these team fights on top of Evelynn child support. Blind Banditos really paying the price because they're not tanky enough, they're not surviving the poke, and they're not getting the kills that they need. Saying that, Blueberry goes down, Half-Hearted goes down. We did lose Alaudia that bottom lane, and that is where Infi is currently camping. So it might be a trade-off of points, but I do think Painkiller can hold this long enough to get some reinforcements.
And Painkiller Rammus is, I would say, he's about as tanky as Alistar is. He is extraordinarily durable. And he's going to circle around. He's going to like, Windmill, I don't got that. Drill, I do got that. It's not a correct sentence either, but Confidant is going over. He's going to go for that Q. You got Painkiller on one side, Blueberry on the other side, Painkiller on the third side. Wait, Confidant on one side, Painkiller, Captain Blueberry. I said Painkiller twice. Painkiller can be in two places at once. He's so good.
Painkiller.
Painkiller on bottom lane, Painkiller top lane, Painkiller Alistar. Noxian Guillotine taking out Eulalia down at the bottom end right there. But she's still alive, still chasing Infeed, buying Mike plenty of time to pick that point up.
Yeah, that's the thing with Yorick. Every time Yorick goes down, she's usually able to get that revenge kill into that bottom lane. I mean, look at Yorick, 6, 13, and 2. It's a lot of deaths, but of course, she is able to clean up a lot of these kills when that revive is not up. Top lane, however, very overwhelming fight for Evelynn child support. They take that back, not a problem, and this is probably going to seal the deal. We got 12 points left on the board for Blind Pick Bandits, and they're very likely going down into a 22-minute match.
Confidant is taking the hits. Ooh, that Zhonya's Hourglass is, whoa, not so safe after all.
Talent, like no problem.
Wake up into True Shot Barrage is a bad play, but it's not going to be enough to save them that game. They cannot get that last little bit of captain for that point. And Pai's Evelynn child support is going to take game number 1 over Blind Pick Banditos.
And people in chat asking about Jace. Jace was definitely a ban. If you see a Jace, run for your life. That's really the moral of that story. But check out this. Moral of this one, do not let Darius make it to the field. That resettable guillotine plus the true damage that it does bring to the table is just too much to deal with. I mean, look at that, 19 and 6.